Chapter 4 Novel Farishta. When I completed my 2 years diploma in French language, I contacted Nouman Khan. I met him in his tourist office. He introduced me with Mobeen Sahib, who was human resources officer in that company. Mobeen Sahib was from Karachi and he was ex-civil servant. He was tall and had broad stature, beautiful features and sharp nose, but when he opened his mouth to say something, his teeth were yellow. I didn't like them. He was surely a chain smoker and must have had habit of chewing betel leaf pan. It is made of betel leaf, sugar coated fennel, lime and other ingredients. He was speaking Urdu in a decent way and his accent was excellent. He told me that we do not give handsome salary to guides because they get tip as well, and above all we give them traveling allowance and disturbance allowance. Other than that, some guides they take commission as well, although it is not illegal, but they do this. This was my short meeting with Miss Mubin Sahib. Like this, I got a job as a French speaking tourist guide in that company. Guide's job was very interesting because I was madly in love with archaeology, history, anthropomorphism, theology, and fine art. I used to show tourists all those places according to itineraries. Whenever you have take, whenever you have to take them, it's written in the itinerary, and you have to follow the program. So like this, I used to tell them about Buddhism, Hinduism. To improve my knowledge about Buddhism, I had to read many books. About Buddhism, I read many books, and I came to know that there are different sects in Buddhism. But finally, I found that there are two main sects in Buddhism, and there were other small sects: Hinayana, Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrapani, Tantrik Buddhism, etc. etc. But the main sects are Hinayana and Mahayana. On the other hand, I was always confused about Hinduism because they have hundreds and thousands of gods. In some sects, Ram is God, and in some sects, Ravan is God. In Pakistan, Hindustan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Burma, Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan, there was Hinduism, and then people embraced Buddhism. I got perplexed and shocked after knowing that Swat and Peshawar and tribal areas where people have strong faith on Islam, they practice it heartily. Before Islam, it was satrapy of Hinduism, and then of Buddhism. Buddhism flourished a lot here in these areas. Most of Buddhist monasteries were here, and archaeological department found them. Butkara means the mound of black stone. Shingardar Stupa, Saphola Stupa in Swat, Bai, and Peshawar. Lots of monasteries and stupas discovered by an Italian archaeologist, Giuseppe, and in Taxila, small town, came out during archaeological excavations. Among them, Julia, Sirikap, Shahbaz Gadi, and Dharamrajika Stupa. British archaeologist Sir John Marshall excavated them. I used to tell all these historical information to foreign tourists. I used to show them and explain them everything according to the best of my knowledge. I didn't take long to memorize the history of Pakistan, Oriental religions, and especially I learned a lot about the history and culture and civilization of northern areas of Pakistan. The company where I was working, they used to give me groups of university professors and scholars due to my good command on history, theology, and culture. After seeing my performance, they increased my salary, and now I started handling only the groups of PhD doctors and professors. I used to take them from Rawalpindi to Taxila. Then we used to stay at Besham, and from Besham we used to go to Chilas. In Chilas, I used to show them hieroglyphs and pictograms at Shatial. The veteran archaeologist, historian, and philologist called Ahmed Asandani discovered all these rock carvings and writings. Then we used to continue our journey towards Gilgit, Skardu, Hunza, Chitral, and Peshawar. Then, after visiting all these places, we used to come back to our final destination. During guiding, many things shocked me. I heard about Prophet Musa al-Islam, that God gave him a tablet of stone, commandments written on it. Hate damaged first slab, Then God sent him another slab, same commandments written on it. I used to take tourists to Gilgit via Besham. We used to stop at a while at Mansehra. Here in Mansehra, a big stone slab is fixed and it has Buddhist commandments written on it. These commandments are in Pali language, and King Asoka ordered to make this slab and to fix it here. When he came back from Kalinga's battle, he promised himself that there would be no more killing from his side. He stopped wars, battles, and killing people because he embraced Buddhism and announced Buddhism state religion. He reigned from Kanyakumari to Patliputra. Everyone had to follow Buddhism because it was his order and it was state religion. He took the ashes of Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, where they were buried, and distributed them to different parts of his kingdom. He buried his ashes and relics in 80 different places and ordered to make stupas there. And in these stupas, he ordered to bury the ashes and relics of Buddha. Therefore, like this, Shingardar Stupa, Mankiala Stupa, Dharamrajika Stupa, Saphola Stupa, and other stupa came into being. There were total 80 stupas, but after passing so many centuries, only these 7 stupas were left. The white people came here, excavated archaeological sites, and they found these stupas and they took gold, silver, diamond, and precious stones from there and left these mounds for the tourists. This is our strong belief that Imam Mahdi and Hazrat Isa al-Islam shall come again to save this world. Similarly, Christians have the same faith that Jesus will come back to save humanity, and Buddhists are waiting as well for Mayteria. When there will be the end of the world, he will come to save them, and the Hindus are waiting for someone as well. So therefore it means we all are waiting for someone who shall come. These were religious things which shocked me while I was working as a tourist guide. On the other hand, I found many political things which were astonishing for me. Among them, there was one thing which I cannot forget. One, our groups used to visit Gilgit, Chitral, Hunza, and Peshawar. Close to Chitral city, there is a small village called Garam Chashma. American tourists were mad to go there. Most of them used to go to Garam Chashma. There is proper a hot water spring, as Garam Chashma means hot water spring. There is tourist class hotel which has hot water swimming pool for the tourist attraction. The chef of the hotel was Canadian citizen who was doctor by profession, but here in Garam Chashma he was working as a cook. I asked him why you selected Garam Chashma or your stay, and he answered me that here I can find the best hashish of the world. He was fluent in Pashto, Persian, Chitrali, and English, of course. Other than that, I have seen many sensitive areas of Pakistan which were famous among American and European tourists. Most of them used to disguise and prefer to live here. Garam Chashma is only 35 kilometers away from Russia. There is a Vahan corridor which is in Afghanistan and divides us from Russia. Russians were not happy that there were many tourists in Garam Chashma. They knew about it. Many groups used to go Dara Adam Khel. My colleagues and I, even the guides of other tourist company, used to take these tourists to Dara Adam Khel happily. We used to show them arms and ammunitions factories, which were small factories. We used to concern about our salary and tip, and sometimes we used to earn some commission as well. So now, when I see global changes and I try to realize the political structure of the world, I feel ashamed of myself that what we were doing, how stupid we were. In Dara Adam Khel, you can find every kind of Kalashnikov, Russian, Chinese, and Pakistani. That is how price varies. I used to see small kids who used to fill empty cartridges. I used to feel pity and sad about them after visit. When I used to come to my hotel's room, I used to think about these kids that why these kids do this. This is their age of learning and studying in school. I do not know who forced them, but these feelings were like that when you go to the graveyard and you think about death and you screamed of dying and grave as well. But once you are out of the graveyard, you forget everything. you are not more scared, you are no more scared, and you get busy in daily life. That is what we do. Thank you.